Mark chapter 12. Voltando aqui à leitura, capítulo 12 de Marcos. E tenha paciência, não sei nada de inglês, enfim. Vamos lá. And he began to speak unto them by parables. É parables que fala? Parables. A certain man planted a vineyard and set a hedge about it, and digged a place for the vineyard, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. And at a season they sent to the husbandman a servant, that he might receive from the husband of the fruit of the vineyard. And they called him, and beat him, and sent him away empty. Não se faz. And again he sends unto them another servant, and at him they cast stones, and holded him in the head, and sent him away shameful handled. And again he sent another, and him they killed, and many others, beating some and killing some. Having yet therefore on son his well beloved, he sent him also last unto them, saying, they will reverence my son. But those husbandmen said among themselves, this is the heir, come, let us kill him, and the inheritance shall be ours. And they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandman, and will give the vineyard unto others. And have yet not read the scripture, the stone which the builders reject is become the head of the corner. This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in your eyes. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parables against them. And they left him and went their way. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words. And when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true, and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of man, but teachest the way of God in truth. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? Shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, Why tempt ye at me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. And they brought it. And he said unto them, Whose is this image and superscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. Como é que fala César em inglês? Boa pergunta. Pois eu tenho que pesquisar. And Jesus answered, said unto them, Render to Caesar, and Caesar the things that are Caesar, and to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him. Eu acho que eu tô com tanto sono, por isso que eu tô lendo lento. Then come unto him the Sadducees, which say there is no resurrection. And they asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, if a man's brother die, and leave his wife behind him, and leave no children, that his brother should take his wife and rise up send unto his brother. Now there were 7 Bethlehem, and the first took a wife, and dying left no seed. And the second took her, and died. Neither left he any seed. And the third likewise. And the 7 and here, and left no seed, lest of all the women die also. In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? For the 7 had here 2 wives. And Jesus answering said unto them, Do yet not therefore err, because yet know now not the Scriptures, neither of the power of God? For when they shall rise from the death, deaf or dead, they neither marry, not are given in marriage, but are as the angels which are in heaven. And was touching the dead, that they rise. Have ye not read in the book of Moses, how in the bush God spake unto him, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not God of the dead, but the God of the living. Yet therefore do greatly err. And when the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asking him, which is the first commandment of all? And Jesus answered him, The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all the heart, and with all the soul, and with all the mind, and with all the strength. This is the first commandment, and the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love the neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than this. And the scribes said unto him, Well, master, thou hast said the truth, for there is one God, and there is none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor was himself, is more than all burnt, burnt offerings and sacrifice. And when Jesus saw said that, he answered discreetly, he said unto him, Thou art not far from the kingdom of God. And no man after that durst ask him any question. And Jesus answered and said, while he taught in the temple, How say the scribes that Christ is the son of David? For David himself said by the Holy Spirit. Eu não gosto dessa palavra, não like this word, ghost, spirit, Holy Spirit. The Lord said to my Lord. The Lord said to my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. David therefore himself called him Lord, and when seeing the then his son, and the common people heard him gladden. And he said unto them in his doctrine, Beware of the scribes which love to go in long clothing, and love salutations in the marketplace, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and the uppermost rooms and fetes, não sei como fala isso, which devote reason windows house, and for a pretense make long prayers, that shall receive great damnation. And Jesus sat over against the treasury, and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were it cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she drew in 2 minutes, which make a farthing. And he called unto him his disciples, and said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that this poor widow that cast from in than all they which have cast unto the treasure. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of here once did cast in all that we had, even all her living. God bless everybody. Se Deus quiser, amanhã capítulo 13 de Marcos. Deus é amor. Feito livros para todos. Amém. Deus é amor.